Okay, hey guys, it's Rachel with Pretty and Plants, and if you're new here, I thank you so much for coming. I'm trying to canvas my house with plants and make it feel like an urban jungle, and in the process I'm also trying to convert all of my plants to semi-hydro. I started from seed. Super cute. It's in rock wool. I will link my rock wool down below. And it's been on a heating pad, which I'll also link below. Rock wool, heating pad, and a grow light. And then on top of it, I had just a piece of plastic, just to kind of keep it humid and warm. So I took these. My microphone wasn't on, and I already took these out of, these are my lowriders. I have 2 of them, and I took them out of their pot just to check on the roots. And lots of new growth, but also a little mushy. So I'm gonna repot them. And actually these, I talked to my last show, if you have tiny roots and they're in a great big pot and it's in semi-hydro, it will not pull up all the water out of that pot and they can get some root rot. Like this, and look at how much of a root system and how small my pot is. It almost needs to go up a pot size. I think it might be a little bit many roots for that little pot. Check on this guy, my Alocasia poly. This one's been in this pot for 2 months. So let's I can kind of move them up a little bit and keep them in this pot. Yeah, I think I can move it up. These are just secondary roots that just kind of grew down into the water. So I'm gonna go ahead, they're white and pretty. I'm just gonna push them up and put it in the pot again with Leca. That was my Alocasia Stingray for a couple of weeks. Okay. Ooh, okay, so this one has some root rot. It has some new roots too. You can see the white, but I'm gonna need to clean this one up and put it in a smaller pot. These roots are just full of water. And so yeah, see, there's some root rot. Got the new roots, but also have the root rot. So I'm gonna clean him up and put him, maybe after I clean him up, he can go in the smaller pot, and then one of the lowriders can go in this bigger pot. Okay, I'm at the sink and I'm gonna pull all the dead roots off, and then I'm gonna lay it down and I'm gonna sprinkle it with a 3% hydrogen peroxide solution. And then I'm going to set my timer for 45 minutes to let it kind of dry out while I wash my Leca. I just added a little Epsom salt for the Leca, and I'm going to boil it. And while I'm boiling my Leca, these roots look awesome. And so I'm just putting the poly back in the container, but I am keeping the pebbles. I'm just putting the roots up higher. I'm going to water it and put it back in its location for another couple of months where I will check it again. And then I'm going to bring the lowrider Alocasias, and I'm cleaning out the dirt. There was a little extra dirt that may have been keeping the roots too wet, getting all of that dirt out. And I've decided I'm going to plant them together in kind of a large pot because I love the full fluffy look. So I put the pebbles in the bottom, and then I'm going to get my thing full of Leca and start situating them and putting Leca all around the plants, just trying to get them just the right height so that they pull up the water and they're happy in this bigger pot. I think they will be. I kind of cut off the yellow leaves. I don't like any yellow leaves in my living room, and they turned out awesome. Yay, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Let me show you this gorgeous, the Alocasia rider. So this one is a hybrid, an Alocasia hybrid. It's trademarked. It's called the lowrider because it won't ever, the leaves get to this height and then they don't grow any taller. It's a gorgeous plant that can take highlight all the way down to low light. It's very tolerant of the cold, so you can grow it in zones 7 through 11. I love the leaves. It's already gotten like 4 or 5 new leaves. So even though it had some yellow leaves, I am very confident that this plant is liking the light where I put it. It just needed the roots to be just a little resituated. Number 2 was my Alocasia poly, the Amazonia. This is a very inexpensive plant here in the United States, and it's been happy from the very beginning. It just, the roots were getting a little bit low and I start feeling nervous about that. So just wanted to push them up a little bit, keep it in the same pot. I won't have to do much with this one. I already know its watering schedule. This one likes to get pretty dry between, and then it loves its water. And then when it's pushing out a new leaf, it will require just a little bit more water. And so I have to be a little more attentive when it's getting a new leaf otherwise. And it's in very low to medium light and does great. Alocasia stingray. I wouldn't call them rare. I found this one at my local nursery, but they aren't super easy to get your hands on. I absolutely love this plant. Even though it had root rot, I'm confident now with the roots up higher that it's gonna do great. I'm just gonna keep my eye on it. With this plant and with the low rider, because the roots were a little damp, I go ahead and put them in the rocks, but I won't water them for a couple of days. I try to like really watch them, and if they start showing signs of a little distress or like needing water, I water them, but otherwise I wait a full 2 to 3 days and I put a reminder in my iCal that to water these particular plants. Let them kind of dry out a little bit, and then I try to make the water go to the bottom, not watering from the top. I want them to drink from the bottom and get used to that. So I hope you like this video. I hope y'all have an awesome week, and I'll see you Friday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and just make your space as pretty in plants as you can and enjoy it. Allow the plants to give you total happiness, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.